Hey, what's up, guys and gals? Ricknineg here. Is that how I usually start? Hey, what's up, guys and gals? Ricknineg here. Yeah, hopefully you guys and gals are doing amazing on this lovely, lovely Sunday. At least over here, it is so clear. So blue outside. In fact, from this angle, I can see a plane with like, what do you call it? Water vapor trails. Like, that's the only white thing in the sky. That is crazy, crazy, crazy. No need to apologize if you missed last week or any week. It's all right. I won't get sad. I'll kind of get this much sad. But as long as you guys watch it again, like if you watch it later on when it plays on, that is awesome. So, hello. Awesome, Casey. Thank you again. Sorry, Casey was one of the winners of the one-on-one chat for a quick one-on-one chat, or at least a call, basically. And she was unavailable. So I'll see if I can try again, or maybe we can schedule another one. So at least we can talk for 5-10 minutes. I feel bad because you were not available. And so, yeah, and I didn't really have time to plan ahead. So hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Lydia. Are you new, Lydia? Are you new to the live streams? That's awesome. I could be mistaken. And we have people trickling in. We have Arthur and Christopher and Ash. Things are amazing. They are great. I felt like I wanted to show you something. Not really. No, not really. Everything is well. Good afternoon from Michigan. Yes, I love to see people. Where are you guys from? Oh man, Cheebs, you make me feel bad because it's like I gotta work out now. I gotta like run in place or something. Okay, hey guys and gals, what's up? I'm just like moving around while we're doing the live stream. It kind of looks like I'm running, doesn't it? Like I'm holding a book while I'm running. Slow. Okay, I need to stop messing around. This is serious work. On here. We are doing I Love Lucy work. Okay. But then again, your questions could be about Three Stooges. It could be about aviation. It could be about pretty open-ended, but a majority of the people come to ask Lucy stuff. But then the conversation wanders, and it's a very informal chat. That's part of it. And we're gonna watch and talk about because it's good to have a focus. I feel like even when we teach, or when I used to teach, there was good to have a focus. If we veer off, sometimes it's okay. But in this case, Lucy Makes Room for Danny. This is a December 1st, 1958 release. Episode 7 of the hour-long Lucy-Desi Comedy Hour episodes. Supporting cast, of course, Little Ricky. We have Danny Williams, played by Danny Thomas. Kathy Williams, played by Marjorie Lord. Was she in something else? That name looks so familiar. Was she in like a Stooge? I'm going to have to look up her name. Then we have Rusty Williams, played by Rusty Hammer. Linda Williams, played by Angela Cartwright. Wait, isn't she Cartwright? That seems like something too. And of course, Gail Gordon. So we have a really, really good cast. I'm going to explain something about Make Room for Danny in just a sec. But let me start the episode so we can get that going, so we know what we're doing, what we're oriented to. And boom, there we go. And this is the one where Danny's making out with Lucy's neck. You can see that these episodes are a lot more risque than like the first, obviously the first season of I Love Lucy, right? Or even kissing wasn't that deep. They did have a couple of really thick kisses, but nothing like this. Yes, you guys are freezing in like Ohio, right? I know, I've heard that before. Wait, Hannes, you're from Austria, Europe? No way. What city in Austria? That's awesome. Oh man, I would love to visit Germany. I play a farming game on here that is based in Germany, and they have like a farm con there. So basically you go there, you meet the people who make the game, and you can suggest things. It's really cool. It's like it's where they meet there, and they're in Germany, and I'm a big car guy, and it's fairly close to like the BMW, Mercedes, and Porsche factories, and I'm like, I should go to FarmCon and then go to the factories and visit Europe. I've never been to Europe, so yeah, it's expensive, but I'd love to go. Holly, how are you? You watched it last night? How did I get interested in I Love Lucy? I watched it as a little kid. Because what they would do, they were very sneaky. I guess the idea of this being like a kid's show was ingrained in a lot of networks' minds. And so I would watch cartoons, and then you know how like in the morning they get really kiddie, and then as the day goes on they get more adult. Like, and I don't mean adult in a bad way, but it's like, you know, you get like, I don't know, like, what did I used to watch? In the morning, you used to have like the big comfy couch, or you used to have Sesame Street. And then when you get later, it's like Bananas in Pajamas. And then it's like X-Men, so it's like cartoons, but there's like a little violence in it. Then after that, eventually the cartoons would stop and they would go into like martial arts things like Power Rangers, or like there was like this wrestling show. And then finally it would get to Lucy. And then I just kind of stuck around and watched it, and I was like, I like this show. So, yeah, even this little kid. Oh, awesome, from Vienna. Please, I want to go visit, be my tour guide. I would love to go visit Europe. Like, that's my thing. That's where I really want to go. I've been to Asia. I've been to South America. Well, I'm in North America now. I haven't been to Africa. But yeah, Europe. Europe is the next thing. I really want to go to Egypt, too. Yes, I finally got to catch a professor. A professor? Are you calling me professor? Oh, awesome. Well, thank you. Very, very, very cool. Yes, you're different from Germans. Yes, I know, but you're next door, right? Your borders are close by. But maybe I can go to Germany and then hop on to Austria. Yes. One of our governors, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is from Austria, right? Zach, clickbait. No, the from what I heard is Dee Dee Ball, Lucy's mother. She was in every taping as well as Desi. People don't say this, but so Lucy's mother, great question, Dee Dee Ball, as well as Desi Arnaz's mother, were at every single taping of I Love Lucy, according to reports and sources and everything. And Dee Dee apparently she got very much into the character of what was going on and the whole scene, and she would go, oh, and so forth. And so, yeah, so it's very interesting. He is no longer the governor. He hasn't been the governor for 8 years? Something like that. I'm pretty sure it's 8 years. Yeah, because now we have another governorship happening. I don't know when the elections are. I know like 2 months before. Anyway. There we go. Angela Cartwright. Eric, awesome. Yes, Sound of Music, which I've seen, but I'm not like a huge fan. But I think of Cartwright. I'm thinking of Nancy Cartwright, Simpsons. Yeah, but yeah, these names, they kind of resonate. And a lot of these people, they're like, how can I explain it? They're very, you know how the business world is in Hollywood. Like, everyone knows each other. Everyone's just, like, I was surprised or Ron Howard. We have Ron Howard. Clint Howard is his brother, and he's an actor as well. He's been in lots of movies. And Ron Howard was in, you guys know, the Andy Griffith Show. He also directed Apollo 13. And then his daughter is Dallas Bryce Howard, which I was really surprised because she's an actress as well, and I've seen her in a couple things, and that's kind of cool. So it's like everyone's connected. The Twilight Zone, if you guys remember, there's this little boy that was like a monster, quote unquote. He like opened his eyes and like would kill someone off screen. Like, he's obviously like a 60-year-old now, and or a 50-year-old, and he has a daughter who's around my age, and she's an actor. She just looks exactly like him. It's kind of cool. So everything in Hollywood kind of connects. Anyway. Yes, you can hear Lucy's mom laughing all the time. It's very specific. And I think she had a designated spot for her in the audience. Yes, you're right, Epen. Rance Howard, he recently passed away, right? Yep, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. See, here we're talking about all these things, and it's like a spider web of stuff. It's cool. So wait, Lucy's mom was like the redheaded dude on Seinfeld. Okay, wait, redheaded dude on Seinfeld. What do you mean redheaded dude? I don't know who you mean. Was he someone in the audience? Yeah, every single time, and it's annoying, and let me tell you what's annoying, when people who are not huge I Love Lucy fans are like, oh, on the laugh track of Lucy, and I was like, there's no laugh track. You guys all know, right? And I was like, there's no, and they're like, no, because I hear like a lady that says, oh, and that sounds fake. It's like, no, let me explain to you, and I explain Lucy's mom. It's not annoying, but I hear it so much, and people would swear that there's a laugh track on I Love Lucy, and there isn't. I'm really adamant on that. There's no laugh track. Oh, Becky, you're with me. You know that. WMAC Masters, right? The World Martial Arts Council Arena. And there was the machine. And to me, it was like Mortal Kombat. It was awesome. The World's Martial Arts Council Arena. That's so cool. Do you watch Steven Universe? I do not. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Is it like a cartoon, TV show? I'm guessing a TV show. Yep, she had her own spot in the audience. I'm assuming next to Desi's mom, which her name is not coming to mind. Probably Casey or someone knows. But there's tons of pictures. I have tons of pictures where they're together, and it's like a thing. They seemed like they all got along okay in terms of family. Like Dee Dee and Desi's mom, there's photos of them and their grandkids, of course. And I think that was cool. Like, that's always nice to see. I'm trying to skim to see if I can find pictures. But this is mostly I Love Lucy stuff. I have my other books. My other books are behind in my closet. So, yes. Let me see. You love that they film in front of a live audience. Yeah, that was the big appeal. Now you know why that is, Zach. And that's because that was Desi's decision, because Lucy worked better with an audience. She said that one of her weaknesses when she did radio was that she wished she'd get feedback. Because obviously in radio, you're just in front of a mic like this. That's why my image has me in front of a mic, because I'm like mic guy. And yeah, he wanted her to feed off of the audience reaction so she can kind of gauge how it's going on, which is funny because it was scripted. So, yeah. I don't feel bad about the questions, guys and gals. I enjoy them. That's what this is. This is about questions. Ron Howard did Happy Days. Absolutely. He did Happy Days. He's a very talented guy and talented daughter, I'm guessing, as well. I've never watched the Danny Thomas Show myself. The Limousine. The red-haired Arthur. I'm the biggest Seinfeld fan, and right now having the biggest brain fart because I'm like, the one with the limo where he asked George for the time in the airport. I have to look out for that guy. I would say that's more of like, not a cameo, but like a guest starring role where he would appear. Because Dee Dee, Lucy and Desi's mom did not ever appear on the show, on the I Love Lucy show, and this guy did. So maybe a little different. They were always in the audience, yeah. So, Julie, you like when Lucy was doing the tango? Yes. Lucy and Harpo when they did the mime. So, you know the tango and the eggs, that's the longest recorded laugh, right? They have pretty much on any show. They literally had to cut it, even in the extended versions, because it was so long. It was so long. Let me see here. Okay. There's this new thing on YouTube now where it'll, in the chat, it'll censor certain words and so forth, and it'll give me priority to see if I can accept it or not. And so that happens sometimes. So that's why it's always good to keep this G and PG, obviously, because it is monitored at all times. Just so you know, in case some people don't know, this is all monitored. That's how I used to have the footage up here. A little trivia fact. And that's how some of my live streams got shut down, because you can't show the footage. That's one of the reasons why I'm not showing it to you. I wish I could, but it is what it is. This is a world we live in. Dolores! Casey Seinfeld, right? Oh my gosh. Did the Mertz pay for anything? Not really. I'm very confident to say not really. I mean, I don't say this in a bad way, but they pretty much leached off of the Ricardos a lot. But then you could also say in the beginning, the Mertzes helped them out, like starting their apartment and so forth. But yeah, once Ricky got a little more money, they piggybacked a lot. Hakeem the Machine, yes, you know all the names. Wow, that's awesome. And the chat's moving up fast, and it's on slow too. Yeah, laugh tracks don't work well. They work well if production doesn't want 400 people in the audience, right? For sure. Hello, Will. Now, I can tell you that the Dick Van Dyke Show's laugh track, that is an actual laugh track, is from I Love Lucy. Did you guys know that? I know Casey knows that. She's a big Dick Van Dyke Show fan. So, any of you guys Gilligan's Islands fans? Anyone out there? Me, raise your hand. I am. I might start putting a lot more Gilligan's content on my channel as well. Do you guys know who the original Gilligan was going to be? What actor? So, Julie, great question. What's your favorite episode? So I always say I love 2. Bonus bucks are right after each other in home movies. Home movies is my favorite. Fred was a cheapskate. Oh yeah, the apartment building that Fred Mertz owned would now be worth millions and millions of dollars. Well, yeah, probably. And there's nothing there right now in that location, which is funny. The 623 East 68th Street is nothing. There's nothing. It's like a river, which is good. I mean, you don't want to go to someone's home and have them be bugged. So your favorite seasons, Jeff, are 2 to 4. So 2, 3, and 4. I would say those are pretty strong seasons for sure. 5 is still good. 6 is here and there. 1, I like 1. I don't think it's my favorite, but I like 1. 2 is good, 3 and 4 are my favorites, for sure. I like the 3s because 3 is like a lot of apartment stuff, and 4 is Hollywood, and I love the Hollywood stuff. Becky, awesome. Fantastic Dailies YouTube channel. What's on there? What content? So there are Gilligan's Island fans of here. I've never seen the Three Stooges cartoons. I've heard they're fairly good, right? Are they the voices too? So, does anyone know Gilligan's Island? Who was the original actor slated to be Gilligan before Bob Denver was chosen? He actually said no. This actor actually said no to Gilligan's Island, which is a shame. He actually recently passed away. Dick Van Dyke's show is a hint. Yeah, very good. El Rask, Jerry Van Dyke. Could you believe Jerry Van Dyke? I think he would have done a great job, but I think there's something special in Bob Denver. I also think there's something special in the chemistry between Bob Denver and Alan Hill Jr. I think they were amazing. Yep. Oh, usually musicians. If you're a musician, you usually it's very rare for a musician to dabble in just one instrument. Even if they're professional in one instrument, they might even trickle and mess with a couple others. So that's good. Yeah, piano, guitar, drums, he could sing. Yep. A video on versatility, that's pretty good. I'm not really musically inclined. Like, I love music, but I don't know anything about, I just know, like, the bass sign is like an ear. Like, that's, like, it's really basic. And so the thing is, I don't know, I know he played guitar. I don't know how well he did, though. My dad's a musician, and he would always criticize, he liked, he's not against I Love Lucy, but it's not his favorite show. He thinks some of the things are funny, but he would criticize Desi all the time for singing, and I don't know, my dad is funny. He means it in a lovable way, though. Jerry Van Dyke, yep. Jerry Van Dyke. Have you ever seen the first episode, the pilot? Yes, I do. I have it. I have both versions. I have the versions with the 3 original actors, the Professor, Marianne, and Ginger, and then the ones with the other 3. With the 3 that we know, which is cool. No, Arthur, you can totally ask about that. Seinfeld chat, but at the end of the cabin one, Elaine knew about Seinfeld talking about the girl's mother putting her underwear, broke the record for longest laugh, Lucy said. Interesting. The one with the cabin where they burned the cabin down? Jerry Lewis? Jerry played the banjo. I don't know. He might have. So we talk, because now we say, oh, Jerry Van Dyke played the banjo. Yes. I don't know how that would work on Gilligan's Island. I like the choices. I think Sherwood Schwartz, I'm reading his book now, which is awesome. It's a little heavy on the production side, but I want to get in, like on the pre-production, I want to really get into the aspect of the show and like the little rumors and facts and fiction on that, because I really love to do episodes on that. Yeah, Super Cyan, I think I heard about that they did voice their own voices. They did do their own voices, the Stooges. I'm pretty sure I've heard that. Let me okay some of these things. What? Hold on. Sorry. Sometimes this thing is finicky. I apologize. Okay. Sorry about that. This thing sometimes filters stuff that I wanted to filter. Bob Denver was good on, is it Dobie or Doobie? I think it's Dobie. It's Maynard Krebs. Or that's where Sherwood Schwartz found him and thought that he was good for the part. Yeah, see, Jeff, you play many musical instruments, right? are the musical ones, right? Do you like Ragtime Band in season 6, where like Fred plays the violin and Ethel plays the piano, Lucy the sax, Little Ricky the drums? I think that's right. That woman is, yeah. I am not really much a fan of Roseanne. I've heard about that. Yep. Your late dad, Cynthia, was a non-professional musician. He played an accordion and organ. You told me about that, and I'm really amazed at the accordion because it's like I'm not gonna say random, but it is not like everyone's like, oh yeah, piano, guitar, drums, right? Those are the 3 main ones. But accordion is like really unique, and it makes sense because he's from South America. It's more of a Latino South American type instrument. Like in Mexico, it's really popular, and in South America, I believe, as well. And so, yes, very, very cool. Oh, Will D, I am a huge Monsters fan. Fred Gwynn, right? I love that show. I want to do stuff on that, but I don't know if enough people like it to do it. Really big fan. I think that show is hilarious. It's even funnier because they are like monsters, and then they're trying to be, they're like funny monsters. I think that's genius right there. They even try to make a more serious sense. But I am a big Addams Family fan. I do have the 3 seasons somewhere over there. I'm switching up my collection stuff because there's some stuff over there I don't use that I gotta take away. They're like VCR stuff from my past. I gotta put other stuff in there. But yeah, I am a Monsters fan. Super Saiyan. Yep. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna eventually do I almost guarantee you I will do my, like, if I live for the next few years, there will be Monster stuff on there. I gotta get the seasons, and they'll be on there. Again, I think it's niche, or I would love to know how many of you like are Monsters fans, Addams Family fans, Gilligan's Island fans, because the more demand I have, the more. I think Lucy is like a powerhouse, though. I Love Lucy is like everyone loves the show. Then the others are more niche, but I don't know. Casey, is there a classic show that you've never seen but you want to start watching? Well, I watched one episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show, and the problem is I gotta watch that show when I'm like put my focus on, because I was like cooking while I was watching it, and you can't do it justice. I usually do that with shows that I already know, so I can just listen. So that's probably one I want to get into eventually. Yeah, you guys love Monsters too. Monsters, not monsters. I'm saying monsters. Al Lewis was amazing. He was super funny. I never got into MASH. Doesn't mean I don't like it. I've never really seen a full episode. Alan Alda is pretty interesting. I know of him. I think he's pretty cool. Love the Monsters when you were a kid. Grandpa Monster. Yeah, so Fred Gwynn being all giant, and then Yvonne DiCarlo. Oh, and Pat Priest. Oh, Pat Priest. My lifelong crush. Oh, man, I have all these crushes. Yeah. Yeah, I have seen a DVD set, and I think I might pick it up. The thing is, I picked up so much stuff. I just got the Simpsons movie. I'm just choking here with all these things. I might have to hit you up, Casey, because I'm not. You're probably the resident expert on Dick Van Dyke. See, that's the thing. We all have our talents, and we all have our strengths and weaknesses and stuff. And I don't know everything. Shocker. No, Three's Company is great too. I am a huge Three's Company's fan. I wish I knew more about it. Like, I've watched episodes like when they come on TV, but I probably haven't seen every single episode. Yeah, but I want to get into that more. Because I love Don Knotts. I love, not that the girls aren't great, but I always loved Don Knotts as a little kid, because he was on the Andy Griffith Show too. And John Ritter, I think, is the equivalent of the male Lucy. The male Lucy. Lucille Ball. Like, if you could turn Lucille Ball, put her in a little machine, and pop out a human being, I think John Ritter would come out. I would say he is equivalent as her. Like, I think he's that good. And that's just not me saying it. It's not like a crazy thing to say. Lucille Ball said that. She said that he is one of the greatest physical comedians of all time. That's coming from Lucille Ball. So, that's just me. Oh, the Simpsons movie is amazing. I love the Simpsons in general, but the Simpsons movie, I think it's great. It's got that little 3D look, too, and everything. Oh man, the Dick Van Dyke Show and the Black Malice. That's kind of funny. That is funny. Nick at Night. That's how a lot of people watch these shows, guys and gals. big Home Improvement fan, but I still think the show is a niche. I put a couple episodes on, didn't get the biggest reception that I thought. But I might have to do more of like behind the scenes stuff. I would really love to know more about that show behind the scenes. I have a very special place for that show, and Tim Allen. I don't know. I kind of felt like a lot of that show related to my life, and like my dad was very much like Tim and would create stuff at home, and my parents had that very close bond, and my brother and I were both boys, and it was like my life, if that makes sense. Although my dad wasn't that klutzy. He's gotten hurt a few times, but not like that. But see, Lucy's great. These are all great. But I think the show that was like that, Home Improvement. That's why I relate to it so much. You like the Roper Super Saiyan? I think they were good. They had their little magic. I think my favorite though was Don Knotts, but I love the Ropers. They were good. They were good. John Ritter was amazing. Isn't it true that he learned from Lucy? He did. He did. Right. I mean, they all, what do they say? With greatness, you piggyback on giants. Like, I'm so messing up that quote. But, like, everything that comes out, you piggyback off of giants before you. You know, you owe tribute. And definitely. I mean, Lucy owes her work to the Stooges, to Laurel and Hardy, to Chaplin, which she was with. You know, like they work together. And then those guys even go back to vaudeville and so forth. You keep going back and eventually it just continues. But yes, everyone piggies back off of everyone else. So yes, Home Improvement was awesome. I have not seen, Denise, the Three's Company episode with Lucille Ball. Are you talking about the one where she's like in front of the camera and like narrating or speaking beyond the fourth wall? Or was she like an actress in an episode? Like she played a part. I'm not sure which one. You probably know, and I would like to know. Yeah, Zach, you're a night owl. You would watch marathon. See, well, I got into I Dream of Jeannie as well. See, can't even grab it. Sorry, my box is so beat up, but I have the whole series right here. And I think this whole show is pretty smart as well. Of course, I love Barbara Eden. Larry Hagman's pretty good. I actually met the director of Dallas, the show Dallas with Larry Hagman. He came to my house once, kind of random fact, and we hung out. In fact, my family hung out with him. Hang out with him in his house, and the dogs all played together. It was kind of funny. It's kind of a random fact, but yeah. Jason Ritter looks so much like John Ritter, and I think he's very talented. Like, I don't know, you can't equate, because some people could say, well, Jason isn't as good as John, but I think there's a lot of genes that were passed over in a good way. Yeah. Yeah, when JTT left, Home Improvement, it was not the same. No, it wasn't. It changed the whole, that's my least favorite season, season 8. You wish they still had a show like Carol Burnett. You know, that's a good point. It's more of like a variety show, right? And I guess you can't even say these stand-up shows, like, you know, what is it called? Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel. They're the same. They're not really variety shows anymore. They've turned into a whole nother thing. And so I'm with you on that. There was one in Spanish called Sábado Gigante with Don Francisco. I don't know if you guys are even familiar with that. Some Spanish-speaking or Latino people will be. That was the longest-running variety show of all time. In Spanish. Oh, in English and Spanish. And his recently ended his continuous run, and then it started up again. But it's like a variety show. There's like interviews and comedy and sketches, and I mean that comes off of like Carol Burnett and like all these shows like what's this called? Bob Newhart, right? Shows like that. Yeah, Denise. So it is the one I'm thinking about. Yep. When Mark entered that emo goth phase on the show, I kind of like that. I think it was so out of left field, and it kind of worked because it brought a new dimension to like the character, something in the home that they weren't used to. Oh, there we go. There's Danny nuzzling on Lucy's neck and Lucy battering her eyelashes. It's like she's not really showing that she's disliking it, but she's very uncomfortable. It's awkward to me because this is what 1958, almost 1959. So this is almost the 60s, and so it has really changed what could be on TV and what didn't. So yes. Charles in Charge, I used to watch. Small Wonder was my favorite show as like a little kid with that robotic girl. I used to love that so much. Vicky, hello, how are you? That was awesome. Mr. Belvedere, I used to watch as well. But I don't know if I used to watch him before and I would like him now. Like, I'm almost afraid to watch him. You know what I mean? Like, you change so much. But I may like it. I don't know. Rick, is Lucio Ball's house still cited on the movie star homes? Okay, I'm going to give you a big piece of knowledge here, guys and gals. This is real stuff. And I just read this in one of the books that I was sent by Kenneth. It's amazing. Okay, so the actual Lucio Ball home is still there, but they tore it down and rebuilt a completely different structure. One, because people would come and flock to it, and so they didn't want people to recognize it. So it's the same piece of land, but it is no longer the same house and walls, right? It is said also that the owners, when they went there was a ghost. This is not me. This is what was written about in the sources of the people who went in the house. They said that there was a ghost, and they know and they believe it was Lucio Ball's ghost who was in her house, and that's one of the reasons why they tore it down and built it back up again. Yes. So sí, hablo español. I am fluent in Spanish. Big Bang Theory, I've watched a couple episodes but can never get into it. I was really into it like in the beginning. Like, I would watch a few episodes, but that was also going to college, and so I didn't have time for it, and I never was able to get into it. I actually studied and stuff in college and grad school. I was a nerd. So, yes. Wonder Years, I never got into. That show annoyed me, to be honest with you. And not being critical, people watch it. These are just my tastes. It's just if someone's like, do you like broccoli? It's like, no, I hate broccoli. If you guys love broccoli, okay, you love broccoli. It's great. And I'm sure I like things that maybe you guys hate, but that's just, we're sharing our likes and dislikes. Lucio Ball could never be a ghost. I don't know. That's what they're saying. I don't know if I believe that, but that's what I read, and I'm gonna have to make a video on that with the sources and the details on that. But yeah, there's literally in that book that was given to me in that last unboxing, it's an encyclopedia of like Lucio Ball and I Love Lucy, and it says the ghost of Lucy. Like, it's one of the entries. I was like, what? Scott, did they pay for... I don't know that they did. Because he kept saying, Desi or Ricky kept saying that it was on his dime. And so, it might have been. You have to quote me. You have to not take me as fact on that, but I have to go back, because I don't know if there's something that explicitly says that the merch is paid for, unless you guys can tell me. Not that I can remember. Is Jack Benny's house still there? I'm not sure. Some of these homes are torn down, and some aren't. And so it's kind of hard to tell. You have to do more research into some. Like, I would have to do more research into certain homes. I know, for example, Fred Astaire's house, I think like half of it was torn down. Like, the first floor was left, and then the floors on top were rebuilt. Like, it's really crazy. People do a lot of crazy stuff for different reasons. Maybe they don't like certain rooms, or maybe they want to expand. I don't know certain reasons, but these are all good questions. I don't like broccoli. I don't like cauliflower. One time I was in it was like a dinner with friends, and I forced myself to eat cauliflower, and literally tears were coming down my eyes because I was forcing myself to eat it. Like, my eyes were watering, and literally they were like, Rick, are you crying? I'm like, no, I'm good. And they're like, what's wrong? And I had to tell them I'm eating cauliflower, and I don't like cauliflower. And they're like, just don't eat it then. And I was like, oh yeah. But I was just trying to be a big boy. I was like 15. And yeah, story of my life. I just don't like it. I don't like the smell. Family Affair. I have never seen it. I don't think I've heard of it, to be honest with you, Julie. Is it a good show? El Chapulín Colorado. Big fan, right here. Seen probably every episode. El Chavo, right here. Imagine me making episodes. Would that even work? Like, me making episodes of that in English? I could do them in Spanish, but then it's almost like there's this whole new wave of people that now it's like, it's going to be like an English-Spanish channel. Not that that's bad, but that would be nuts. And I have people that watch me in Mexico, which is kind of funny to think about. Well, I have family in Mexico, but like, El Chapulín Colorado, no contaban con mi astucia. Some people have no idea. It's like this, Some people say he's a comedian in Spanish that would write, star, and direct his own show. It was kind of like a variety show. It's not Don Francisco. His name was Roberto Gomez Bolaños. Robert Gomez Bolaños. And he was very, very popular, very smart, very intelligent individual. And yeah, he's like a legend. I mean, his nickname was Chespirito, which comes from like Shakespeare. It's like literally like he's the Spanish Shakespeare. Yes. I did go to I Love Lucy the play, and I think it was amazing. I was really blown away. I was really, really, really blown away. It was like I was there, and at the end it was like emotional. Like I didn't think it would be. I thought it was just like a play, like, you know, and they really got you into it. It wasn't perfect at all. There were some things where like I know the show so well where the actors like, ooh, you didn't emphasize that enough, or it didn't sound like it, or anything like that. But I mean, I was being nitpicky, but I think for most people, I think it was fairly good. Randy, you went to dinner at a friend's home and they served liver and beets. You had the same reaction. You know I wasn't lying then, Randy. You know the feeling of like eating something that you're forcing yourself to eat and you're trying to act cool and then like it doesn't bother you and your body betrays you and then these tears just start. I've never had that happen. Or it's almost like, yeah, I could do this. Like, I'm just being snobby, right? I should start eating all these foods. Like, other people eat it, I should. But it's like our bodies reject it. My parents love broccoli. My family, all except for me. So it's like, I don't know what it is, you know? It's just an interesting thing. You would love to see that because you speak and understand Spanish too, Cheeps. Awesome. Yes. Yeah, there are a few El Chavo fans over here. Beep, 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 beep. References to El Chavo. I wonder how much Spanish Lucy knew. She had little to no experience in her Spanish. As you can see, when she imitates Desi or Ricky, it doesn't matter. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Lydia, you missed the I Love Lucy Universal Studios, but went to the Hitchcock one. Where's the Hitchcock one? Oh, are you talking about Florida? Is that one in Florida? We had one in LA or in Hollywood. And I went to that one several times with Lucy, but there was not a lot of people there. There would be people in and out, but there was like no huge lines. It was very like casual, and they changed it to like other movie, like a bunch of movies, like 100 different movies, and had little things from different movies. Yes. Oh, you saw it in Costa Mesa, really close. I was gonna go again, but then it fell through. But yeah, I Love Lucy on Stage Live. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I think if you love Lucy at all, you would have approved of the show. I give it my seal of approval. It was fairly good. If I had to like review it and go over negatives, I can definitely do that. Yes, the Universal one in Florida. Oh yes. Your mom has cooked liver a few times throughout your life, not your favorite. Yeah, my mom used to eat liver when she was pregnant with me. She always told me that. That's why I came out so smart. It didn't work. Oh man. Alright, how do you like Life with Lucy? I've never seen it. Wait, is that the last? I always get confused because honestly I don't know much about them because I haven't really watched them. Is it the one where she was the grandma? Because I saw one where there was like a store, right? She owned a store. She like worked in the store with Gil Gordon. They were both very old. Like I saw that and I was like, that's Lucy. Whoa. So yeah. I am about a half an hour's drive. I'm about a half an hour's drive from anywhere in LA, which is kind of funny. Yeah, doesn't really narrow down my location, which is good. Half an hour half an hour less than anywhere. Whether that's Hollywood, whether that is East Los Angeles, whether that's the beach, whether that is the South Bay, as they call it, the Valley, whatever that may be. When she was trying to say arroz con pollo with her mother, yeah, she was pretty bad. Ooh, how Hitch made the second movie. Oh yeah, they had a few like live shows on that, which was pretty cool. Yes, Casey, I'm working on a few other movie reviews. I guess I can tell you. I saw The Mummy, the 2017 version with Tom Cruise. So there should be a review coming with that one. I don't like to say when, because, reasons. And then there's another movie that I saw, Pixels. I was really interested in seeing that, and that was interesting because it got pretty horrible reviews. But I don't know. I like to give my own take on it, and it's not like it. Sometimes I agree with critics, sometimes I don't. But like I said, I do my own thing, and I like to give my own impressions on the movies. And if I may be the only one who likes it, and then everyone else hates it, or I may go with the crowd or be in the middle sometimes. And so, yeah, I like to do my own thing. Do you ever watch the new One Day at a Time on Netflix, Rick? I've never seen that. What's that about? Let me know. Was I Love Lucy filmed in California or New York? Great question, Holly. It was filmed all here in Los Angeles, California, Hollywood. And it was filmed all within a 3-mile radius. All the studios were in that area because it moved from one to, so it was all filmed. Every single I Love Lucy episode, half-an-hour episode, was pretty much all indoors, 100% all indoors. I made a video on that. You should watch my videos on where I go visit the locations, and that gives you a good idea of where that's at. I have 2 videos on it. You should enjoy that. I think you'd really like it. Mel Brooks Fan. I have seen Spaceballs and his other stuff. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan, but I do respect his work. I think he has a good niche there of content, like Blazing Saddles. Like my friends, I had a lot of friends in high school who were the biggest Blazing Saddles fans, which I haven't seen it. I don't know. I never really got into him. I think he was a product of his time. And I liked him in The Little Rascals. I was young enough to see that. But I think, again, it has to do with time. Like when I was born and what I've seen. The only reason I got into Back to the Future was because they sold 3 or 4 movies there in VHS. And it was a choice with your Happy Meal. And so I got The Addams Family. And then the next time I got Back to the Future and I fell in love with that movie, I watched it so much it broke the tape. And then I got into, all this stuff. So I really... I owe McDonald's and Nick at Night and all these TV shows for getting me into this stuff. Yeah. Yes, Lydia, I made a whole video on that. The original Fred Mertz, it's called, and you should look it up. It's on my channel. And I do talk about that. Gil Gordon, Fred Mertz, and how that decision came about. There's a lot of stuff that went into that. So I really suggest you see that and see all the facts. Lydia, I usually say I'm in SoCal, but I'll just say I'm in Los Angeles County. I'll just say that, okay? Because again, this is seen all over the world. It can be seen, and so I'll just leave it at that. Thank you, Casey. I'm glad you enjoy them. And I still want to keep watching movies that keep. Cynthia, so any current movies, you mean ones that are playing in the theater now? I usually try to do current ones. I'm not a big liking to go to the theater person on my own. And it's I feel I have to go on my own if not, because then if I don't, I gotta focus. I can't be eating popcorn and focusing on a film to review, But anyway, I try to do, I have a lot of 2017 ones that I've reviewed. If you've seen, I have a movie playlist, and you can see all the ones I've reviewed. So, I have not seen Black Panther, but I will be seeing it eventually. I don't know if I'm going to the theater, going to wait. I really don't know. I know some people might want to see a review on it. Those type of movies. I did The Last Jedi fairly recently, a couple months after. But yeah. Yes, Lydia, I think, was that your comment? Yes, so Gale Gordon was supposed to play Fred. I do have a video on that, so go and take a look at that, and I think you'd be interested to see that. Oh, yeah, I just read that. Okay, I'm slow. I caught up to your messages. My bad. What do you think of the Andy Griffith Show? I used to watch it as a little kid. I used to watch it a lot. And then Beverly Hillbillies after that. They played them back to back. One Day at a Time. Oh, One Day at a Time is about a Cuban family this time around. Oh, I've never heard of that. Where can I watch that? Holly, I just learned how to write movie reviews and want yours help out. Oh, thank you. I don't know how to write movie reviews, so you probably know more than me. But I took a film class. It was pretty in-depth, and we watched a lot of film from literally one of the first things they believe was ever on film, a film um, negative, all the way to. But I watched like French film, tons of films, like old films, classic films, new films, and then we watched them all. They were all on. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on these terms? On film negative, they're like 35 millimeter, which is cool. They had a projector in the room and everything. That really got me into film. Like seeing it as an art as opposed to like just entertainment, just going to watch movies like I do. But I also love to see shots and composition and cinematography and camera angles and symbolism in scenes and things like that. Like I really love that. Al Bundy fan, I could never get into Married with Children. I did watch it, but I was kind of prohibited from watching it. Then when I got older, I just wasn't interested in it. To be honest, the show gives, at least to me, doesn't mean I'm right, to me gives this like depressed kind of mood and feel, and I never, well, even though it's a comedy, I never was like into stuff like that. Like if you notice, all the shows are all chipper and even like this fake happiness. Like the monsters, like it's all positive, and that's what I've gotten into. So, for better or for worse, in terms of TV shows. That's a good one, Arthur. Oh, in the episode when Lucy and Ethel are on roller skates and ready to deliver to Aunt Martha's old-fashioned salad dressing. Well, they are rollerblading there. Roller skating, pretty slowly. Randy, my favorite Hitchcock movie, and I have seen a few. I haven't seen tons. I have to admit, I haven't seen tons. Is Rope. I think Rope is amazing and severely underrated. I like it more than Psycho, to be completely frank. I think Rope is very like artistic. Not that Psycho isn't, but I think Psycho in the beginning was filled with a lot of like, when are we getting to the point? And Rope is like all the way through. Like I was on the edge of my seat. Composition. One of the reasons I think I saw that, it was one of the reasons, at least they talked about my film class, how it was shot like without any cuts, like they would zoom in and out. Like I think that was genius. I have to make a video just on that because I think it was really, really intelligent. Like it was really well written and shot. Holly, what college did you go to? I really want to go to into filming. It sounds so fun. Or are you in the LA area? I went to Loyola Marymount University. It's a fairly good school for film, like not the best, but it's fairly good. I took a film class because I was interested in it, not because it was part of my major, because I was a teacher. I became a teacher. But, oh man, I hear good stuff about the program there. I mean, Andy Ackerman was the director for Seinfeld, one of the directors, and he went there, and he comes back to talk. Like, we have really big people coming, and they have really good connections with people in Hollywood. So, yeah, it's a great school for that. I think it's like number 3 in the West. I'm flaunting my school. Rope. Yes, Rope is amazing. It's amazing. There's a lot of like innuendos in it for like such an old film. I think it's 48. I think it's 40s. And I was just so blown away by how much innuendos in it. And just all this tension. And there's so much symbolism in it. Like it's really crazy. It would be a little controversial though, because some of the topics are a little spicy. But yeah. Oh, there we go, Scotty. 12 long takes. See, I couldn't even narrow it down to how many long takes. So you really know that. Do you know that Andy, I'm assuming from Andy Griffith, was originally supposed to be Deputy Fife? I did not know that, but I think they made a good choice. Deputy Fife is always supposed to be Don Knotts for life. Excuse me. Wow, that burp just came out. I'm falling apart here, guys and gals. Burping and everything. In Living Color, I used to watch. Yes, Kara. That's exactly, yes. 2 college guys, they kill someone. The killing is not shown on camera. You could hear it. But the dead person's like on camera the whole time. But you can't see him. It's just like, wow. Wow. Great. Genius. With Jimmy Stewart? Yes, Jimmy Stewart. He's amazing. Yes, teachers are the most important people in this country. I'm no longer officially a teacher, and that's why I can say that. I went through it. I'm not a real teacher. I'm not, meaning like I did it my career moved forward, like I moved to something else. And so now I know that really teachers are amazing in what they do, and if they continue doing that, it's like even more amazing. My aunt is a teacher, and I have teachers in the family. My mom would have been a teacher if she could have. She became a family woman instead. But I really respect all the people who stay in teaching and who really love it, because I met teachers who were in there for the money, and they admit it. They're like, I'm just here to get paid and then I'm leaving. I'm here for the paycheck. And I'm not criticizing, but I've heard that. There's some who really want to make impact in kids' lives. That's what I wanted to do, and I felt I did that in the time that I was there, and then I felt, well, I have to focus on me and another career, and I moved forward. But yes, I agree with that. Hey, Gippy, fortunately, you can't stay, but remember, come back and watch it. Watch the whole thing. It'll be uploaded, and you can watch it and leave off and see what you missed and so forth. You know what, Alec? You're absolutely right. These are shows in the 90s now, 80s, 90s. So it's like you need new ideas. So it's like, okay, let's change it. It's not going to be positive anymore. It's going to be like a comedy with like a dysfunctional family or like a depressed family. You know, yeah, they're changing it up. I'm definitely with you on that. Yeah, I mean, and then it gets to the point where it's like now where it's like, okay, we've done that. Now what do we do? So, yes. Happy Days, I used to watch. Again, I used to watch so much more as a kid. I think I had more time as a kid. That's for sure. Let's see, Trouble with Harry. What is that? That's I'm guessing that's a show or maybe a movie. There's Gale. I always struggle with saying his name. Gale Gordon. It's not that hard, Rick. And Lucy tossing snow to Gale Gordon's face as the judge. She would get arrested. She would get arrested if she did that normally. You could see off the reflection of Gale Gordon's sunglasses. You could see the lights overhead. There's Danny Thomas, and he had a pretty big show. He's very, very popular. Winchester, that's I'm guessing that's a cowboy type movie, western. Yeah. Horse. Oh, and still there she is. She's just like that. She's like, where's Waldo? Hazel Pierce in the background. There's that man too. I need to know who he is. It's older man. He is a lot. He appears a lot in the extras, just like as an extra. Oh, and that little girl is so cute. She's the cutest little thing. What was her name? She was here. Like, Angela Cartwright, is that her name? I have to see, because she had to be in something else. And I think you guys just told me and I forgot. See, that's my 3-second memory right there. Angela Cartwright, she is in something. I have to look her up. She's adorable. Like, it's these people who get into comedy or they get into some type of genre of movies or TV, and then they become something. They become, they grow up as child actors and they become somewhere else. Yes. Christopher, when will we see a new aviation video? Well, when they stop canceling the lessons. I got canceled because an FAA agent, officer, whatever you would call it, was doing a check ride, and that overrides my lesson. Then we got a weather override because of Santa Ana's, grounded because of that. Hopefully, I have 3 this week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That's what I have booked. If I get one canceled, then I have, so we're working on it. I have a little bit of footage from my ground, but it was like before, so I want to see if I can get some of that in there. But they're coming. I've not forgotten. I want to continue the journey of doing that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying them. I don't want to make them repetitive either. That's what's hard. Like, believe it or not, a lot of the lessons now is like me getting, like, that's what we're waiting for, is me getting proficient enough where I can solo. I'm not there yet. According to my instructor, I'm close, but I'm not there yet. And so we're working on that. And so a lot is just me doing traffic patterns, which I still haven't done a lot of yet. We should have, but we're getting there. And yeah, so some of that can get repetitive, and I don't want to do it. So maybe I can mount the camera inside. I've got a few ideas. But again, when I start soloing, that'll be different, because then I'm practicing on my own. I can get really creative. Now I'm still at the point where I'm learning. I can't just leave the camera and go because I'm so focused on what I'm doing. So yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Super Saiyan. Oh man, so you're changing it up on me. Top favorite sitcoms. Well, I Love Lucy was one of them. I used to really love Andy Griffith. I used to really love Andy Griffith. Gilligan's Island, definitely. I would put Gilligan's Island over Andy Griffith, then Andy Griffith. And then two other ones. I love Small Wonder. You guys mentioned that. Family Matters. Absolutely. Big Family Matters fans. I have most of the seasons there. The episode's done. We had a really good talk, guys and gals. 55 minutes. Last minute questions I definitely take because I gotta go eat and order some food. It's like a thing now where I just order in because I'm with you guys. I'm just get lazy. I'm just gonna order in because I'm snobby. Will D, what caused Bill Frawley's hand to shake? The alcohol. Alcohol does that. Alcohol, when you don't drink, it gives you withdrawals and your body reacts to it. And some people react with shaking of the hands, shaking of the head. Yes. Yeah, it's a reality. So, in fact, if his hand's shaking, that tells you he's in a withdrawal and that most likely he hasn't drank in a while, which he wasn't supposed to when he was on the show. Sometimes he doesn't shake at all. So maybe, I don't know. Take that into consideration. It's just kind of interesting in a behind the scenes type aspect of it. You were into MASH recently, but you can't bring yourself to watch until the past one couldn't break. See, it happens. It happens because sometimes actors die and they don't want to get back into a show. I really got off of Lucy, like watching it, when I saw the documentary in 2003 or that movie that people complained about where it was like really heavy into the divorce and all the horrible stuff. It was really focused on that. It really turned me off to Lucy. I was like, I can't watch this show. It was all fake, quote unquote. Then I just learned to appreciate it for what it was and enjoyed it. So, yes. Well, Zach, Bill Frawley did more than show up on time. He was amazing. He nailed the stuff all the time. He was a star. He was definitely a star on that show. Possibly Super Saiyan, Family Matters. I have so many shows. I've still yet to watch Mork and Mindy. But, well, I love that you guys love watching me, Denise. Awesome. Is that your kids there, little kids? That's awesome. Maybe grandkids. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys and gals. You are amazing. I'm so amped up, ready to eat. You guys pumped me up for the week. Really excited to fly. Really excited, go meaning like aviation. Really excited. I have a plan for a video for next week already. Hopefully you watched yesterday's video. You can watch it right now. It has to do with the Mertzes, so go ahead and watch that. Hopefully you enjoy it. One-on-one chats, I still have slots available. We're having a great time with the people who have booked them, so please, in the description down below, I'm going to eat food out. I don't know exactly what. We'll see. Maybe pizza. I'm really in a pizza mood right now. So unhealthy, but... Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear you're in the hospital. I hope you feel better. I really do. And you guys make my day when you appear because it's like, hey, people are showing up to watch my craziness. We'll see you next time, guys and gals. You guys make sure to eat. Have a wonderful day and stay positive. It's so important no matter what is going on. I know it's hard to do. It's easy to say, but we all have to do it. It makes our lives a lot easier and better and more great. All right, we'll see you. And don't forget, guys and gals, be hopeful.